Why would you do this to us, Sam?
Anyway,
Why would you lie about your real voice all this time?
so we have, last I checked, reconvened in the candy shop. We have Cell Jr.'s inanimate glass body, and his blood is still fresh on Charlie's hands, literally.
Yay! Yay!
Last I checked, the plan was beeline to the brothel before anything can wash it off.
Yes.
And then,
I know you were thinking of sending him out. I did want to take Mr. President before he did that, if that's okay.
Where am I going?
Cream's place.
Why would I go to Cream's brothel?
Because you have an AoE resistance to mind control type stuff, and I really would like to not go to Cream's brothel without that.
Okay, fair enough.
I'd also like Bill to go.
Sure.
Mainly, Chivalry isn't back yet, actually. He hasn't respawned yet, so it's
I was
fine.
going to ask if Chivalry could come.
Yeah.
Can I attach a power to a minion summoning power so that the minions will have that power?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Cool.
All right.
Alright, yeah, so I think Charlie's, like, once he snaps awake, before he leaves, he's gonna, like, stop by the door, and yell out for Animal.
Animal is just there when you turn back around. Like, yeah?
Like, hey, it's okay. I understand the deal you made. Can you tell me what it is, though?
I wanted Jeremy and Little Boat back.
That's not the deal I thought you made. Or was that just Lug?
Lug is the one who made the deal for the true names. We figured
Okay.
if I hadn't made my deal, he wouldn't have made his.
That's fair. Did he get everyone's back, or just his own?
Well, you got to Mammon Gray, so technically speaking, we didn't fulfill the terms of our contract, so we didn't get anything. Even though Mammon got what he wanted out of it, we didn't technically meet the terms of the deal.
Making deals with Mammon never ends how you want it to.
Yeah, we're learning that.
I'm sorry you had to learn it the hard way. Anyway, I'm gonna go fix my mistake of trying to mess with one of Mammon's deals.
Cool, I'm gonna go do drugs. And he just slithers
Have
down.
fun, buddy.
Bill will be walking up through wherever. Wait. How does Am know we're leaving the scene?
So he just walks up to a corner of the warehouse where a wall meets a wall. He just presses himself in like a triangle and then slides down.
All right. Bill will be walking out the door and just kind of stare at that and say, and ask Charlie, all right. God, I'll never get used to that. Kind of center himself a bit. He's still at pretty low willpower, so he's pretty shaky. You need any help, Charlie?
I mean, anyone that wants to come with, that'd be great. I have an idea that I think will work, so we'll see.
All right. But you realize Bill isn't really hearing you. He's kind of like, if you look really closely at him with your glass eye, you can see the barest reflection of a roast iguana in a cup in his eyes.
What?
He craves that guana meat.
Yeah.
Give me the guana.
Mentally, I am here, and it's just the iguana spinning vertically.
Fucking Freebird playing.
Alright, so we've gathered up Mr. President, Bill, and Charlie?
Yeah, and if anyone else wants to come, that's fine, but... yeah, and we'll head on our way.
Alright, you guys make it to the entrance to the brothel just fine. The bouncer recognizes you guys.
Shouldn't it be filled with Dumont men?
Well, you're not in yet. He waves you in. And you notice about 300 crewmen flipping tables, doing Irish river dances on the stripper platform. Some of them are stripping, like just pole dancing. You see waitresses, bartenders, pliers of snuff powder and other intoxicants just going, "They're on Market Street money! Go, go, go! Get them 80 pounds!"
Sorry, what were they saying? Some of that got cut out.
They're saying this is Market Street money coming through. Get them anything they need. 80 pounds of cocaine. Do it now.
Okay.
Swim in a puddle of heroin.
Like
It's-
money and
it-
credits are just flying from the ceiling.
Sick.
On the opposite corner, you see Alabaster just sipping some absinthe, just seeming to gaze over and like survey the chaos.
Using can I roll empathy to see if I could figure out which actually, can I see if I can see the one we gambled? Oh no, I wasn't there for that. Never mind. Can I see if I can see which crew member would probably be the most likely to go on with something that's going to screw over Mammon Gray a little bit? Just with empathy.
Sure, make a roll. Derek, hey, what crewmate would most be willing to screw over Mammon Gray?
They're all on shore leave, so if it sounds fun, you'll probably get at least a dozen who are in, as soon as you say, hey, you want to do something fun?
Oh, I got 2 10s. I need that.
Nice.
Great. You've got a dozen mildly intoxicated, enthusiastic crew members ready to go.
All right. So I'm gonna grab at least one of them, with probably the rest following. It's like, all right, what I need you to do. This is gonna be funny because it's gonna be really expensive and piss off the guy that's covering your bill. Which like, dude's a dick. So
There's a
Good.
general murmur of agreement.
okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna march up to that little like 18-year-old pale dude over there, and you're going to ask him to bring back the guy from the blood on my hands.
One of them looks at the others and says, yeah, all right. Wanders over and says, hey, yo, dude. He's got slick back 80s hair and like is wearing a leather jacket and just basically looks like a biker punk.
Charlie's going to
Yeah,
make sure
dude.
that he keeps up with him.
That guy's covered in blood. I want the guy that had the blood in him back. He's my dude. He's my bro.
He's just gonna look at you.
Here's my card.
Here's my card? He stops and actually does take it and look over. What does it say, Derek?
What, the card? No, I meant the charge card thing.
Oh, God! I thought you meant business card. He handed you a voucher. It wasn't a card. He just goes, flips it over in his fingers and goes, "All right, let me speak to him." He points to Charlie, waves it over, stops, points to Mr. President. Actually, that one. Bring him in closer.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, I come in.
I'll make sure I'm along with, because it's the blood on my hands, so.
He also, seeing Bayou Bill's with you guys, just gestures him in too. Get everyone
Yeah,
in here.
Bill shuffles up.
Excuse me, sorry.
As Mr. President's mind immunity aura covers you guys, it takes a second to adjust, but it's like the space itself begins to swim and shiver. and all of a sudden you guys are aware of a massive, just fleshy construct, tendrils spiderwebbing over almost every surface in this bar, moving out of the way of anyone who gets close to them, but ever present, just tons and tons of just what seems to be meat and bone plating.
I'm not going to see powers on that because I have a feeling that would be very bad for me.
Yeah.
Can I just use my passive anatomy sense?
I have a feeling that would be very bad for you.
Do you want to?
Am I allowed to not? It only has endless, so I guess I.
You're allowed to not.
Okay.
But you can if you want to.
I mean, I had actually assumed up to this point that was permanent, always on. So.
Do you want to anatomy sense?
That seems like it'll end incredibly badly, but I've kind of assumed that Bill doesn't have the choice not to. So yes, let me just update that to be permanent, always on, because that's
okay.
What?
So this thing is basically weaponized neural tissue with bone calcification. Like, there's no organs. This thing's basically a brain as a muscle.
Yum.
It kind of just weaves itself into these shapes. The giant face plate, like its head is the size of a minivan. That's actually just a bone plate it's treating as its head.
Horrid. I'm assuming this is our good friend that the boat in the pirate game's named after.
You wouldn't know that. It implies
That's why
that
it's
at
fake.
one point this thing used to be human. If it's
I see.
that shape. It's just kind of, its head is perched over Alabaster's shoulder. Its hands kind of on either side of him, not like cradling or restraining. It seems like this thing is subservient or subordinate to him. Willingly
All right.
so.
Considering this is a very powerful entity, can I roll survival to see if it's okay to incline and nod towards it, or if I should just hold completely still and pretend I didn't notice it?
That would be like more like an empathy check.
Well, that's a damn shame.
Hey, Charlie, want to make an empathy check?
Yeah, sure. I get to roll, 7 dice for that?
Yeah, go for it.
Immune to showing emotion.
Oh, that's unfortunate. No matches. So I guess that's 4 10s.
This is something that's not used to being seen. Even though you guys are like looking at it vaguely, it doesn't seem to be aware that you guys are even aware of it. That's how used it is to just not being perceived.
I am not going to make any sort of attempt to make my ability to perceive it known.
That seems wise.
And Bill will consider what he knows about like ambush predators and what have you, and decide that it's not a good idea.
Ambush predators.
The person who you guys didn't notice, just due to him being relatively unimportant in the grand scheme of things, you notice Heartstrings has just been here the entire time, but there's a tendril on his shoulder, so it rendered him unnoticeable.
Oh.
He has been talking this entire time, though.
Oh, what's he been saying to us?
He was just talking in general, like in his in the way that like he's more speaking to hear his own voice than out of concern for what anyone might think of what he's saying.
Yeah, as one might say, the other party has a captive audience.
Yeah. He does stop when he notices you guys and goes, "You're not feeling anything. Why aren't you?" No. He turns to Alabaster and goes, "They're not feeling anything!" Alabaster just snaps his fingers. The metal choker that Heartstrings wears begins unfurling and digging into his neck. You see blood just gushing as his windpipe is torn to shreds. You hear his neck just snap as he is subsumed by the tendrils and dragged away.
Exciting.
And
That's
nothing of value was lost.
I liked him.
I mean,
I thought we hated heartstrings.
it's Alabaster.
Charlie
Do you
doesn't.
think he's gonna stay dead?
No, oh, not at all.
He's gonna look at you guys and go, so why do I get the ideation or idea that you guys are up to something?
Well, all right. I'm gonna come clean. Got someone killed. Blood's literally on my hands. I can get him brought back on Market Street money, not my own. I figure I'd take the opportunity. You still get paid. We get the guy back. Gonna shrug.
So I want to make something very clear. I, personally, am not the one taking the Market Street money. I'm keeping it exclusively to, well, to put it bluntly, people I can replace in a heartbeat if it turns sour. See, I know who this money's coming from. I'll use it, I'll abuse it, but I'm not going to touch it myself with a 10-foot pole.
Bill will raise his hand.
Yes, Swamp Boy.
If you are, I mean, I respect you for not taking his money, and God, do I understand that. Are we at a powerful enough level to, Bill kind of huddles up with Mr. President and Charlie for a brief second, like, do we just offer him a favor in exchange?
I feel like that's a bad idea.
I would go against that.
All right. Bill will then turn back around. Sorry. Granted, if you take the money, it would just make him really angry with us, probably, and we would still get our goal. It doesn't seem like it actually costs you much of anything.
It's not the political or economic situation. It's that anything that comes from that shadowy son of a bitch should be treated as radioactive. Useful in certain applications, yes, but something to be contained and feared.
Yeah, I have to say I'm never more scared than when it's around.
That being said, it's not exactly something I can turn away freely. He gestures to the fucking orgy of money taking place on his bar.
So is this like a especially busy day for you, or
It's a good Wednesday.
kind of nods like he knows exactly what that means?
It'd be a shitty Sunday, though.
So, and I do ask this out of genuine curiosity. What is the difference for you in taking, well, it's money in that fashion and this fashion pointing to my hand?
The difference is that Cream is legally as an entity separate from me. Technically speaking, every dime out there, I don't see a cent of it. That means that if it does turn sour, I can cut this entire operation and sever myself completely. The consequences will never reach me. The second I take the money, I am directly implicated.
I see, that makes sense.
Why do you think so many of the big talents never use their real names?
Is it because of that one?
There's a number of reasons, but that's one of them.
Is
Good
there?
to know.
Could we take a number of layers of obfuscation, let's say, and pay you that way? Like if we just, for example, and Bill kind of gestures to a crewmate carrying a huge fucking sack of money and just kind of makes a gesture for snatching it. if we could we pay you that way?
Well, see, here's the thing. Sorry, 1 second.
Could we cheat in a gambling match with that as the reward? Because gambling is covered by their, well, thing.
Well, we do have a casino on the lower floor if you do want to hit the jackpot. Anything less, you won't be able to afford that service. Second, most of the money here comes from what are known as discretionary vouchers, and this money is insured in the Market Street fashion, which means, I don't know if you guys are aware of how credits work. No, just, it would take too long to explain. Long story short, if you steal it, there's a very good chance it becomes worthless.
Gotcha. Although, if I understand how this deal works correctly, I don't think anything would be theft, but I understand.
You could also try laundering the money, but he looks at Mr. President, looks at Bayou Bill. Not exactly sure that trick's in Year 3's wheelhouse.
Bill kind of claps his hands though and gestures of his. He's asking for Alabaster's okay for us to huddle up again.
Wait, Bill, I have an idea.
Why are we huddling up, Bill?
Bill says, okay, what if we have Sweet Tooth sell one of the crewmen a candy that would make the angels cry? Just the best candy, and he gives us like, I don't. Excuse me,
I would
Alabaster.
like to interject here real quick and say that there is a note from very early on the crew's page, thrilled at the idea of candy.
Okay.
Because way back in the beginning, like session 2, Sweet Tooth gave a member of the crew candy.
Hell yeah.
And it's the first time they hadn't had ship rations, possibly forever, or since the last shore leave. So they'd probably be willing to pay, especially since it's not their own budget, an absurd amount.
Okay. Bill will ask over. We'll turn back and ask Alabaster. We have a potential way we can launder some of it. How much would your service for resurrecting a person actually cost?
About 2 million credits.
I'm genuinely curious. Is that a different number if it's not on Mammon's cash?
It's a different number if you were a different person.
I see.
All right. Well, let's go see how fast we can.
He does put up a hand. And remember to bring me a bill of sale, otherwise the voucher is void.
Give him a thumbs up. All right, so as we're walking back, actually, I do have one more question for him before we leave. I'm gonna look at him and say, this on my hands, I have a glass statue of him, I don't know if that'll work. How long will this last?
The glass statue?
No, so I'm gonna say I have a glass statue, I don't know if you can bring him back from this, but the blood, how long will this last for you to be able to revive him?
As long as you have a drop, it can be dried, it could be dead. As long as you have something, I can bring him back.
Okay. I will find something that I can kind of work into a glass jar and store some in there.
Bill take out a flask.
I will store some in Bill's flask.
Is that the flask that has Oslo in it?
No, Bill. On Bill's inventory, he has like 6 flasks.
All right.
Not all of them are full. Some of them have never actually been filled.
Fair enough.
He has burner flasks, like some people have burner wallets.
13 burner wallets, no real wallet.
Oh, is Bill the kind of person who'd pull off a flask chain?
questions for later. Okay.
So I have
Approximately
another
never.
idea because there might be a potential issue with us getting money in that volume to Sweet Tooth. Well, not to Sweet Tooth, but through the shop. In that, since Sweet Tooth's
What if I buy it independently from Sweet
Mammon.
Tooth, then resell it?
No, so the issue is the deal is at. No, wait. So the deal. Let me look up the exact wording again
Wait,
on.
like if I think I know what you're
Mammon's
going for,
deal.
and I have a solution to that.
Yeah, so the solution I was going to suggest is we open up Bayou Bill's grill real quick.
Hearing that, Bill like stands up straighter than he has in like years.
Don't hurt your back, friend.
In utter defiance, he stands up even straighter, and you hear a horrible cracking. He takes one killing to the torso.
Excellent.
All right, so the exact wording was an open tab for every member of the ship's crew until the captain returns at any and all businesses, filter places of inebriation, gambling halls, and other such facilities that you may be able to access. So, first prime brisket is obviously going to be sold at 200 million credits.
Was it 200 million or 2 million?
I believe it was 200 million, but I could be wrong.
I think you said 2 million.
Oh, did I say 2 million? Okay, my bad. I can't read my own handwriting sometimes.
All right,
We
so-
will just go with. Can we just hand wave whichever number it is? We can just make it that number.
Yeah.
Or
Can we instead get a whole bunch of extra points and buy ourselves some Prometheus armor?
I did promise Sam that if I went this route, that
Wait, you metagamed this beforehand?
I did. Yeah, I had a chat with Sam about this. I did promise him that if I went this route, I wouldn't try and do anything screwy with it outside of what we agreed on.
Oh,
So I don't want to do that.
So hearing that Bayou Bill's Discount Louisiana Rotisserie will in fact save Sal's life from death once the killing damage to his torso from him standing up straight heals.
So in like 3 seconds.
Yes. Bill will say, all right, I gotta go get some stuff together, and go outside to find something to grill.
Make a survival
So, Sam.
check for me.
Is this a survival roll?
This is a survival roll.
All right, 3 10s.
You find 3 clams and a cluster of tube worms.
Fried tube worm.
2 worms are good this time of year.
Now, what does Bill know about collecting tube worms? And I'm assuming these are fucked up city clams.
Tube worms are a lot like sentient bamboo. They feed off of geothermal vents and/or any piece of soil with any amount of sulfur in it. They just pop up fucking anywhere. They're worse than fucking daffodils. Basically, you pick them up, you drain them of the highly caustic chemicals in their tube, you fry them in oil, and then you got a crunchy little snack.
All right, I gotta make a brawling check to pull these fuckers up.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Also, we're going to grab one of the crew members and promise that if he goes along with us, we'll feed him some candy.
Man, the crew members are on board with anything that promises to be a spectacle, so you've got no problems there.
3 7s on pulling up a tube worm.
Okay, so as you grab both hands onto the tube worm and yank up, 7 more segments of the tube worm are removed from the ground. It is now 10 feet tall.
All right. I'm gonna have heaved. It's time to hoe. I will roll brawling again.
All right.
Hey, do you want me to just turn a section of the tube worm under where you're grabbing the glass so you can just snap it off?
Absolutely not. 4 9s.
Okay.
Okay. So you pull out 9 more segments. The tube worm is now 19 feet tall.
All right.
Start talking like a fisherman. Come on.
Bill will say, God, I really fucking wish Fisher was here to see this. And he gets 3 8s.
All right, we pull out 8 more segments. It's now 27 feet tall, and it snaps under its own weight.
All right.
That's very important because it seals the bottom shut when it snaps
Good.
that way. All right.
So Bill will allow that to drain, coil it up a bit. And what are the clams in the city? Like, how fucked are those?
Weirdly enough, actual clams.
Bill will just grab some and start gallivanting his way back to the can. Oh,
Do any of them have pearls?
Make a survival check.
all right.
Right. Wait, which one of us?
Bill.
Bill gets.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry. Survival check. Let me go back to this one. Bill gets 2 10s and 2 9s.
Nice.
All right, on 2 10s, you find 1 single pearl in one of the clams.
Incredible.
The pearliest of pearls.
Bill will put that in one of the pockets of his suit and start gallivanting back to the candy shop. Also, since one of Bill's passions is Bayou Bill's Discount Louisiana Rotisserie, do I get any willpower for this, Sam?
Yeah, how much base willpower do you have invested in?
I think it's only 1.
Alright, since this is such a momentous thing, you're going to gain 2 full willpower. Now, we're going to get to something very important. So, Chris, Mr. President has hard dice in mind and has superhuman mind. He's going to catch it immediately. For this to be legitimate, you need to write up an actual fucking charter for the business and have an opening. Or at
Would
least have
that
a
be in my
document-
skill set to do?
You have some experience as a notary. I'm gonna need you to roll knowledge business and or streetwise if you just want to fake it.
I didn't think it would be important again, but if we introduce
5
obituary on the
10s.
ooh,
Yeah, that's enough. Okay, so you
Oh, I
basically-
wouldn't. Then I auto succeeded anyway.
No, you needed 5.
No, it would have auto succeeded anyway. I have 5 heart. I upgraded my mind.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you're doing this on the back of napkins and some printer paper that one of the crewmen just fucking had on them for some reason.
He likes making paper airplanes.
Hell yeah.
They're all gonna have hobbies.
So you're writing in like 1-point micro font, pen in each hand. Just going at Mach 10 as you're writing up full bill of sale, charter, permits, location. You're making this as legitimate as you fucking can. It even goes up to the point of writing a sales flyer, and you finish up with what you expect the first receipt to be. Because of course, for any itemized reimbursement of a voucher, you do need an itemized receipt. All right. Now, important couple questions to answer. Do you make Bayou Bill's Discount Louisiana Rotisserie a partner or in any way related to the candy shop? If you do that, you will be able to use the candy shop's land for that, as it has been zoned and chartered for business use. If you don't, you can't have it on that lot. You're going to have to designate some other piece of land that you guys have a claim to owning, or a piece of land that you're going to have to make a mad dash to own the second
Don't we-
anyone checks.
Don't we own like three or four other warehouses? That
Yeah, we
haven't
own
done
a bunch of
anything with?
warehouses.
All right. So, technically speaking, that's on the candy shop land. You can make it a legally distinct one by saying, all right, this is like a sublet, though.
Bill is a fop. Can't he just ask Corey?
Yeah. You would just have to get in touch with Corey.
All right.
Skateboard kid, go.
So as Bill is running back to the candy shop, he'll have that realization that he needs a place, and he'll just yell, "Skateboard!"
You just see skateboard kid grinding the railing beside you, like mid-frame, with holding up the horns.
And Bill's like, could you do me a favor and ask Corey if he could lend me some land? Like 2 hours.
You blink, skateboard kid's gone. You keep running, turn the corner. Skateboard kid is already throwing the deed out of the wall. It bops you in the head. Corey has licensed you. So you know those like little ticket booths at parking lots?
Yeah.
Well, there's one where the parking lot fell into the sea, so there's now just the attendance booth. He has leased you that for 1 day.
Hell yeah. Can I say of this, I'm more impressed that Corey was able to put that together that fast.
Oh, he's had that just on standby. We'll go into that later.
All right. So Bill crashes his way over there and just like immediately sets a fire. And then as he starts preparing the tube worm and the clams more properly, he waits for his friends to show up.
Your friends aren't really going to be able to leave the brothel. At least one
Oh, we aren't?
say.
Really? We do?
You know what? Actually, no, not right now. The crewman presence is going to keep it anchored.
Hell yeah.
It's the crew.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Okay. So, as you guys meet up, Mr. President bringing the bill of sale, Charlie bringing the blood, and Bill bringing the sweet fucking roasted clams.
Mm-hmm. And like, I'm assuming that a tube worm, when cooked, I'm assuming that cooks kind of like a link of sausages.
Pretty much, except hollow. So it's like a particularly meaty sausage casing.
That sounds amazing.
So like, Bill rolls up and is like, all right, I have here some good old-fashioned mesquite clams. And this one I'm going to call Eldritch and Dewey.
All
Is this
right. Well,
still-
you
Okay.
about let me roll a die. About 13, 14 crewmen, all was on board for trying something new. We'll head over.
Do you just grab more of the stuff out of the ground and start cooking that?
27 feet of the tube worm, and also how many clams, Sam?
Only 3.
Okay, the clams are like those are the big ticket item. They're real special.
The clams are
If they're really good or really bad, you'll have more crew coming to try them.
Okay, Bill will this place sank into the sea, so Bill's gonna while things are cooking, Bill's gonna roll survival again, rush over, see if he can find more clams or tube worms in the immediate area.
What you find
Can
is
I-
an oyster. What's that? Sorry, Seth, what was that?
Can I help him find stuff with sense and just direct him to where it is?
You can assist him in a traditional sense,
Sure.
which is he would be adding 1 dice to roll.
Good enough for me.
All right, let me roll survival then. Oh boy, 4 10s.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah. You find... Let's see. Okay, you find an oyster, but it's not aware of you this time. So an oyster is a lot like a clam, except more spherical, and also, as per city oysters, it's about 2 stories tall.
All right.
A lot of meat on this boy.
Yeah, a lot of meat on that. Anatomy sense, tell me how much armor this fucker has. Presumably a lot.
Well, inch per inch, it is stronger than reinforced concrete, and it's about 6 feet thick. So it'd be about like, considering it's also mostly underwater, like heavy armor 8.
Hey, Tom, if you attack this, you know you have disintegrate, right?
I do, which is brutally unfortunate. Bill's gonna go back to 10 when he's cooking while he thinks about this.
Just mad.
And then, in a stroke of genius, Bill yells out to the crew, "Hey, we got a new thing on our menu. Now, it's a bit of an experience. Anyone here have delusions of Ahab?"
A older-looking gentleman wearing a whaler's cap and heavy pea coat will stomp his way over and say, "What did you say my name?"
I absolutely did. All right, and then
He'll
Bill's
hear
gonna
up,
hand.
he will hold up an ear trumpet and say, "Speak up!"
You want to kill a big fucking monster in the water with me?
Full of monsters! Let me at him!
So Bill turns to Charlie and gives him the spatula he's using to flip everything. I'm imagining he's cooking all of this on a huge like an old road sign. He has the flatbed.
He's got Sweet Tooth on the phone crying while he's trying to keep this from burning because he's the only other person that knows how to cook. Sweet Tooth's not able to help him.
Sweet Tooth doesn't. Sweet Tooth's like, savory? What the fuck is that?
He's like giving him incredibly detailed things about controlling the heat of the stuff, but it just doesn't make sense to Charlie. And you just can't do that.
So Charlie's gonna roll survival to not burn the clams.
Okay.
Is Mr. President here too? Can Mr. President of the High Mind help?
Chris,
Let me have this. I have 3 whole dice.
technically speaking, cooking's a mind skill. Chris?
It's just
Yeah, sorry, Nisha called me.
Not that hard.
No worries. Do you think Mr. President would be like, "Oh fuck, he can't handle this. I can cook."
Mr. President cook? I don't have any cooking skills.
You don't have any skills, but you have really high mind. And what we know is that you can complete a check with a really high stat, but if you're untrained, it's just going to go sideways.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
All right.
I want Bill to have his moment of glory.
Okay.
He's going on.
I'm trained in survival.
Mr. President, respects Bill, so he's not gonna do that.
Oh, I think you missed the situation.
I did miss the situation.
Bill is going off to kill a big oyster with Captain, the actual real Captain Ahab, and
It was mostly death.
he has handed control of the grill to Charlie for a moment. The process is started and everything is cooking. We just need somebody to help maintain everything properly. Also, Bill doesn't necessarily have a cooking skill, which I thought was funny when I made the character. So I'm assuming he's skirting around this with his combination of survival knowledge and absolute permanent anatomy sense, just to be able to tell exactly how done something is.
Pretty much. Survival is the skill of, okay, how do I eat this and not die? Which is, step 1 in cooking.
Hey, can I say I'm getting help from Sweet Tooth since I have him canonically on the phone?
How do you have a working phone in the flooded district?
Don't we have the radios?
Radios.
Oh yeah. Sorry, you said phone, and I was thinking the satellite phones Chernoff gives out.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got the radius.
Sure. All right. 4 whole dice. Let's see how this goes.
Is
50-50.
Mr. President helping, Chris?
How would I wouldn't help. I just want them to enjoy their cooking challenge.
Okay.
That is
Not that I don't like the
two
idea,
fives.
but no.
2 5s.
All right.
I will say I am trained in survival.
Good.
That feels like that might matter here.
It does matter. Okay, so you don't know what a fucking clam is. Like, you've seen clams, you didn't know they were edible.
So Charlie finds another pearl. He just throws it.
It's like, oh, there's fucking rocks in this one.
In another situation, he would have realized what that was, but he was panicking.
So as you cook these things, pearls are popping out of them like popcorn. Like they are shooting like fucking bullets. They are ricocheting. There's horrific metal twings. This is horrifying.
I'm using all 5 of my hypersense to predict where the next one's gonna pop out by it bubbling up.
Alright.
Not very fast, so I'm dodging them by like inches just because I'm seeing it coming.
And I imagine the entire time the crew is just losing it.
Some of them, yeah, they're up for a bit of good street theater.
Charlie's still crying.
Sweet, just ask
Bayou
like,
Bill's Discount Louisiana Grief Hibachi.
Hibachi? You gotta speak up, youngster.
Jesus. Okay, so we got to Bill and fucking Ahab. How do you guys approach the oyster?
Oyster?
Oyster.
All right.
Oyster.
So, what kind of what kind of attacks does this thing have? Like, does Bill have a sense of what it brings to the table beyond its armor?
Anatomy sense wise, it has a pretty like strong water bladder, so it could probably shoot water at you like a fire hose. Besides that, it's got the scent of magic, but like don't really know much beyond that.
All right. Bill will get up to Ahab and just like scream into his ear. All right, sir. What are your plans here? What do you think step 1 should be?
No need to
believe in
scream, youngster. I can hear just fine. And then he will pull the biggest fucking harpoon out of his backpack.
Oh yeah.
Never failed me yet. And then he's just gonna yeet that fucker through the nearest clam.
Through a clam? Okay.
Yes.
You obliterate the clam. It is liquid. It reforms into
Clam
2 other
juice.
clams.
It does a body good.
Wait, what?
As the clam is liquid, it begins hardening under the sun into 2 other clams.
Bill looks down to the hand that picked up the broom. Says, oh fuck. All right, Captain. Or wait, actually, we probably shouldn't call him that. All right, Ahab, good practice throw. You see that wall over there? That's the real prey.
He's gonna slap the side of that harpoon as it spins around and yeet it through the wall.
Alright, we're gonna say the harpoon has
Ahab don't give a shit. He's here to harpoon anything in sight. And the whorehouse has been left behind, so he's got to use his whaling harpoon.
It goes through a concrete wall.
No, when I said wall, I meant like the shell of the oyster.
Oh, okay. We're gonna say Ahab, since he's free of the spirit of the unknown's influence, is gonna be treated as like a regular whaling man. He's gonna roll an average dice pool of 4 dice.
2 6s?
2 6s, you said?
2 6s.
All right. So it scours a little like a little groove in the oyster shell, and then bounces right off, ricocheting back. The oyster begins opening up, and you guys hear a deep, like whale / gargling. It sounds almost like whale song, bass boosted. As the water.
I know that voice.
The water begins forming up into tendrils and whirlpools around you guys.
All right.
And I need to pull up appropriate music for this.
Can you post it in many 10 so I can join in?
Seeing
Yes.
that Bill will just loud enough that Ahab can't hear him to misinterpret it, just yell again, skateboard!
Skateboard Kid is directly below you guys. He didn't expect the water to begin rising. There is now a solid 3 inches of water coming up to your guys' feet.
Bill will say to him, please ask Fisher for some advice here.
He gives the horn and thumbs up and blinks away when no one's looking at him. Next thing you know, there is a fishing bobble, like a little lure, just popping out of a nearby bottle of water, holding a message in a bottle that just is lashed directly into your hand with precision as the bottle retracts and goes back in the water. Yeah, you guys gave him the ghost rod. He has that trick now.
Hell yeah.
But
All right.
Time to open it. Smash it open. Read it. It says, it has to open its shell to see. When that happens, aim for the eye. Get something sharp. Aim for the eye. Get right in there. Just be aware, you're going to be blasted with water, so have someone who's hard to kill do that.
All right.
very verbose for him.
He can write really well.
You have who has the obsidian knife?
All
right
of that fit on a fortune cookie size note.
I thought Mr. President had the obsidian knife.
Didn't. Yeah, I still have it.
Okay. Just checking to see where that one is.
All right. Bill will ask Ahab, you got another harpoon in there?
Ahab, of course Ahab has another harpoon. Ahab is in fact determinedly stabbing at the clam with another harpoon. It's also the same harpoon.
Now, when you say clam, do you mean clam or the oyster?
Whatever it is. It's a seagoing monster. Ahab is going for it.
Hell yeah.
Ask if the clams and oysters have different mechanics.
All right. So Bill will grab one of the harpoons and yell to him, we have to wait for it to open its eye.
Okay.
Captain Ahab Ahab, he's not a captain anymore, will say something, yes, I know, I'm trying to make it die.
Bill nods. This makes perfect sense. Bill, so it needs to open its eye to see, and we need someone sturdy for the water. Okay.
You're the sturdy gun, buddy.
I know what to do here. Bill will stand at the clam, and I will roll.
Sure.
Sorry, stand in front of the oyster, and I'll roll intimidate. And what does Bill say here? Oh, what would be the best thing to say in this incredibly specific scenario?
You might be an oyster, but I'm the moisture.
Oh. I didn't think Bill was about that.
I don't fucking know. I don't know where you're going.
This oyster is pretty moist.
Bill doesn't know where he's going either, so he'll just think, Ahab is here. I'm starting to panic. This is going as well as I thought it would. Hey, bitch mail, and I'm gonna,
Nice one.
Bitch mail.
and I get 4 10s.
So the oyster now takes you as the most credible threat here. It does open its shell. You see the water kind of swirled, condensing into just very narrow trails as it begins to glow. You see a almost pure white ball of water as its water bladders expand and then contract, firing a pressurized beam of watery plasma at you.
Fuck. Okay, can I take multiple actions to stab it since it's open in the eye?
Unfortunately, you used your action this round to intimidate.
Okay, so I gotta take this.
Yeah.
How much damage am I taking?
It's going to be 6 shock and killing to all hit locations. It does have disintegrate.
I have 7 hardened light armor.
Hold up. Can Ahab attempt to intercept that with his body?
Roll 4 dice. He will lose the opportunity to stab this round if he tries to block it.
Ahab is nothing if not an honorable ally. This Ahab, anyway.
Can I just save him right now? I mean,
You're not actually near. You're watching Charlie have a meltdown while trying to.
oh yeah.
Yours.
Okay. How much did you roll?
4 dice.
No, I mean, what was this?
2 4s.
Okay. That is not enough to get in front of this beam.
Bummer.
So basically, Ahab sees this horrifically bright flash of light, hears the crack of thunder and water, and goes, and like a second after it stopped, goes, "My God, man!" and then jumps in front of her.
Alright.
So here's what happens. How much damage do you wind up taking, Bill?
I have 7 hardened light armor, so that cuts the shock down to 1 shock per location, right?
Yeah, you're going to be taking 7 shock in that case to all hit locations.
I can easily take that, actually.
Cool. It's also going to knock you back 40 yards.
Ooh, yikes.
Is there anything I can do to avoid the knockback?
You can make an athletics check next round.
All right.
All right, round's gonna tick over, so we're gonna get back to
I actually think you can take extra damage to not have to deal with knockback.
Oh,
Do you want me to look up the rules for that?
I
yes,
think that only
please.
applies if you have something to brace them.
Oh yeah.
Because you can essentially throw yourself in front of the object. It's like a.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Can I slam the
Okay.
harpoon in the ground and hold on?
Do you have a harpoon?
If you don't get... Oh, you'd have to announce that into the declare phase.
Yeah.
Okay, no. He would have already had to say that.
Okay. What I will offer you, just as a like a pushing the roll type situation, there is one option. If you fly directly into the stand where Charlie is cooking, we can say it breaks.
Bill would never do that. Ruin the discount Louisiana rotisserie? Never. So, Bill, I'll wait to have him roll the roll athletics.
Okay.
So next round ticks over.
Yeah, next round ticks over. We're going to cut back to Charlie. Charlie, the water begins seeping in around your feet. You notice that the water has now covered the pearls that are popping out of these clams like popcorn. The pearls begin to hatch.
We're going to turn all of the pearls into glass. Every single one of them.
That'll be your action for this round. Are you aware? You won't be able to cook the clams if you do that.
Can I just lift the clams up and remove them from the heat?
Ooh, they're gonna be cooking unevenly. But I'll let.
That's better than them just burning.
You can pause
Yeah,
it for one round.
All right. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Make sure to not let Bill's seasoning jar get wet.
Beautiful.
So the eye flashes. You're turning these pearls to glass. You managed to get about 11 or 12 out of the 50 that have been popped out.
Didn't we say because I took in golf that stuff like that was mitigated?
Yeah, on a single target. This is multiple distinct targets.
No, I thought we had talked about that instance specifically because that came up against Urban Decay in the crossover when I turned a bunch of rats that were together.
Oh, those were a swarm. I guess I could treat this as a swarm enemy. I was gonna treat them as distinct entities, but yeah.
Swarm.
So basically, those were minions that had defenses on single attacks. Technically speaking, this would be more of a radius thing, but
Okay.
I can reflavor this to be a swarm. All right.
I'm not going to make you change anything. It's just I saw something similar and I wanted to make sure it was ask.
Okay.
Whatever you prefer.
So you managed to turn a good chunk of them to glass. The rest of the ones look like they're gonna need. The rest of the ones, the more recently popped ones, they're still steaming hot, so the water's not really settling on them. You got a round or two before those start to hatch. The clams are still shooting out pearls above your head. Okay. Chris, does Mr. President have any ideas or anything they want to try for this situation?
God, I'm looking at my skill set and just don't have anything.
You can always roll for more information with mind.
Wait, you could make you could start having soldiers just start shooting the pearls.
Okay, yeah, I can summon soldiers and then give them the order to do that.
You could also do perform to make this seem like a part of the show.
Ooh, how good performance. I don't think a nerd's... Oh, I actually have really good charisma, I forgot. So yes, I will use my hyper perform then.
You basically...
In that case, members of the crew began to set up bleachers and hand out popcorn. One of them has put on one of those little baseball concessionaire's caps and is now hawking what appear to be hot dogs. Or are they?
All right,
Hot
so now
dogs?
we now have locals showing up to this show.
Oh, this is going so well.
This is going so badly.
Is this everything you dreamed?
I need to get Bill back to the candy shop once this ends because there's a thing I need to do, but this is going so well. Bill, so Bill's getting blasted back by water?
Yeah. It's an athletics check to resist. You could also do multiple actions to resist and then try and do something else. But for the water, it is just athletics, yeah.
I mean, oh wait, never mind.
All right, I'm gonna roll to resist, but as Bill starts flying back, he's gonna go. Okay, wait. Let's see if I can. Grandma!
What?
I try to do it with water in my mouth. And Bill screams skateboard again.
Okay, skateboard's there. He's watching the show with the locals, but he's looking at you.
And as Bill attempts to resist the jet of water, and also heal some to each of his hit locations with his permanent healing, he says, "Can ask Caronade if he can fire on this location from the candy shop."
So Bob, you there?
Indeed.
Wait, what's within 10 meters or yards of this thing? Because that's really bad.
Edge
to literally
bleachers.
Yes.
Are there people there?
Crew members, so it doesn't really matter.
It's mostly crew members.
Mostly.
There's one child with a like a rainbow-colored pinwheel. He's got the
There is
colored
one.
hat. He has,
Kill him.
he has a thing of cotton candy.
Ah.
I love the fair.
Kill
And
him. Kill the boy.
It's been since V1 since we've killed a child.
What? You guys don't kill kids? I ain't about that.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck, this is
Is Hyder with better
Casualties.
for
No. Those are acceptable losses.
This isn't the slums.
is Hyder with better for resisting this, Sam?
Height.
Okay, 3 10s.
All right, that's enough. Yeah. So you manage to get a foot under you. It digs a solid foot deep into the concrete as you brace yourself with both arms. The water lancing off. You feel it burning. Like there has to be radiation or something in this.
Before Skateboard leaves and while Bill is still there, he's trying his damnedest to ignore what's happening to him here. He's gonna ask also Skateboard, see if you can bring propulsion over. I don't know how I'm gonna cook something this big.
Sam, I think the laugh got eaten by Discord.
It's still good. Yeah, Skateboard Kid salutes, goes to propulsion, goes, "How are you at barbecue?"
What's barbecue?
Repulsion has been hanging out with you. He looks at you just aghast when you say that. Goes, "Oh, we're fucking going." He gets the coordinates from Skateboard Kid, just begins dragging you to the barbecue.
You like I'm coming. Like I'm walking.
Okay, so imagine meat in a party, and you cook it. And Avandra, can you help me explain this?
Isn't that just cooking meat?
No, it's not just cooking meat. Avandra! She just pops up. She goes, "What? He doesn't know what a barbecue is." She looks at you aghast, and then looks at Repulsion. "What is a barbecue?" Ah!
This fucking rules.
There has not been much time in my life to dive into culinary bullshit.
Repulsion's dragging you both to the fucking barbecue.
Just curious, did the Vaqueros hear about this and are also coming?
The Vaqueros are currently holding an ofrenda for their bikes.
Oh, that's fair.
A period of mourning.
God, it's been like 45 minutes since we got back to the candy shop.
Things move fast in the flooded district. Okay. So,
How are we going to explain the chivalry? But okay.
I'm gonna need a roll from Ahab. So as the beam ends and as the oyster cools down, it's staying open for a round.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to make a harpoon attack if you want, or you can do
Okay.
other things.
Sure. Unless anybody else has a better idea for what Ahab's gonna do. He's kind of a one-track mind. There's a sea monster in front of him.
With a
He's
big,
got a
huge,
harpoon.
glowing eye.
Glowing
I mean,
weak point. So
I can't imagine him doing
From hell's heart I stab at thee.
So Derek,
Double block.
what Ahab can do is he can do a called shot to the glowing weak point.
Okay.
That's a 1 penalty dice, and then he sets one of his
Uh-huh.
remaining 3 dice to the number 10. He then rolls the 2 remaining dice, and if one of those is a 10, you stab it right in the glowing weak point.
Can Bill assist Ahab by yelling encouragement?
Unfortunately, you've already used your turn to resist the beam and stay in this fight, and to contact propulsion.
Is talking
Can
a
anyone
free action?
give Ahab willpower?
There's a joke I desperately want to make here. If it's funny enough, can I do it?
Go for it.
Bill will
That was the
yell.
most suspicious I've ever heard Sam right there.
I've heard him more suspicious.
Hesitant. Very hesitantly. Yeah.
Bill will see Ahab squaring up and yell, "You can do it! I believe in you! You magnificent bastard! I read your book!"
Bill may donate 1 willpower to Ahab.
Yes!
Yay! And what's the best thing that Ahab can do with 1 willpower?
Add
Hey,
another
he's
dice.
a real boy now.
You can burn a willpower to gain a bonus dice for taking your time. You could use it to stay alive if you get hit for a little bit. Number of things you can do, really.
I think in this
Power
scenario,
to set a die to 10?
no, that's a base will.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can get an extra normal dice, so you're rolling 3 dice instead of 2, which is like a solid 20% increase in your chances.
I thought I was rolling 4 dice.
Well, you're rolling 4, but the eye is its head location. That's number 10.
Okay.
So you need to do a
Gotcha.
called shot. Now, a called shot just deletes one of your dice from your pool, so you're down to 3. You set one of those 3 to
Right.
the number 10. That leaves you 2
Okay.
dice to roll to try and get a matching 10. If you burn a willpower, you can roll an extra dice, bringing you up to 3.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Rolling and 10, 3, and 9!
Holy shit, you got
What? That job.
Okay. Ahab sees this glowing weak point. What does he scream as he drives his harpoon into the eye of the beast?
No more hills for you!
And he drives the harpoon directly into this thing's heart / brain / eye. An unearthly glow fucking erupts from this thing as there is a detonation.
He was told that there was a monster on the hill.
As Fisher said, Fisher was very clear. If you stab this thing, make sure it's done by someone durable because its water bladders will explode. Ahab still has minion hitboxes, so unfortunately he is going to die as this thing explodes with about several sticks worth of dynamite force of explosion.
From hell's heart I stab it.
You know what? He went out. He died as he lived, making sick literary references.
Extra stupid. Extra science.
So its shell is completely destroyed. Its meat has been left perfectly cooked by the explosion.
Bill will give a very somber fist bump. Go to the wreckage, pick up Captain Ahab's sou'wester, and put it on.
It has been disintegrated.
No.
Yeah, Ahab's been vaporized.
No.
He won't show up again unless there's a really thematically appropriate reason for it.
Ahab has been turned into Ahabant.
Bill very carefully takes the...
Ahab has been turned into Ahab.
Bill begins picking up the meat of the oyster and bringing it to Bayou Bill's Discount Louisiana Rotisserie parking lot, I guess.
No, not even the parking lot. The parking attendant.
Yeah, like... So Bill brings it to the booth, and Bill has one mind and wouldn't know what marketing is, and one charm, so he's probably not in good touch with his emotions.
Hey, you know who has both of those in spades, though?
Sorry,
Me.
what?
Mr.
Oh, yeah.
President, how do you market this?
Ooh.
I have a recommendation for you, Chris.
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say the most dangerous meal. Most dangerous meal.
I was going to say, everybody, come and enjoy the He Died as He Lived special.
Okay. I'll mark it as that. That's better than what I was gonna say. Yeah,
All right,
you got me.
roll perform for me for showmanship.
1 second, I have a whole bunch of dice to roll. It's charm.
Yep, this is charm.
All right, 7 chained to 5.
Okay, so you have this entire goddamn speech. The second you see this meat and Bill pulling it up, you just go off on. You go full carny, full snake oil salesman, full vitamin supplement salesman. You are selling everything under the purview of the sun to these people, and they're eating it up. You've never seen a more excited group of people. You do realize with your hypermind that there is a problem. You have no plates. None of you brought plates or silverware. Fortunately, Fisher shows up a minute later with just a fucking 300 pack of Dixie paper plates and plastic silverware that he has looted.
Perfect. He's the best boy.
As once Fisher completes sending these around, Bill will take the harpoon he's holding, get down on his knees, and present it to him, saying, "This belonged to one of the greatest fishermen I have ever met.
Fisher looks
You
at
are
him.
also in this category. I wish
Ignore
you
the
to
fact
have
that
it."
there are like 5 or 6 other harpoons buried in various parts of the buildings around us.
Yeah, but that one dealt the killing blow. It's got the spirit of a oyster in it.
Fisher's gonna pick this up. He's gonna look at it and go, "This would be perfect for Ronnie."
Oh,
He stores it in his duffel bag and nods at you. So, as you're serving it up, Mr. President's going to have to amend the receipt from clam to oyster. Or oyster, either one.
Oyster.
Oyster.
Worcestershire sauce.
Oyster with Worcestershire sauce.
Ew.
Yeah, I know, right? Serves it up. A lot of the locals actually show up and buy plates. None of them really know how much to pay, so they just kind of hand over an amount they think is right.
yeah. So we're just gonna charge literally one of the crew members the insane amount, and everyone else we're gonna charge a regular amount.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you guys get the voucher for Resurrection. You guys also, looking at Mr. President's insane charm roll, I'm just gonna roll. Hold on, where's my? Let's do the calculator here. No, it's actually. Shit. So you guys make about 430,000 pieces of 8.
Oh, it's pretty good.
And the grand opening of Bayou Bill's Louisiana Rotisserie is a resounding success.
As things are winding down and all of the food has been served and everybody in the area has been sated with this incredible meal and show, Bill yells out that the Discount Louisiana Rotisserie will return when next the world needs it.
And when the world needed him it most,
He bows, picks up the road sign that he was using as the flatbed, and walks away.
At this moment, Repulsion shows up dragging Propulsion in a Vogue drug going, "Did we miss it?"
Yes.
Bill just looks Bill just nods slowly.
He falls to the ground, punches the ground crying.
Bill
Charlie's gonna come over with like a little bit left on his plate and be like, "Here, I'm not used to having food."
He nods, wipes the tears, eats, and goes, "Okay, guys, see, this is the spirit of barbecue. It's about community."
and everybody in the entire flooded district gained a willpower that day.
So what you're saying is, it's cooking meat, but for everyone.
Bill is
That's just
fucking
how I normally-
befuddled and says, yeah.
Isn't that just how you normally cook meat?
Wherever you came from sounds incredible, my friend.
Not anymore.
Oof.
Whoops.
Bill kind of shuffles away with a... I'm imagining him shuffling away with a road sign over one shoulder and a fucking huge sack of cash over the other.
Yeah, he's just like, ooh, anyway. Gotta go deposit all this money.
No,
Bill, like,
no.
before re-entering the brothel, Bill will kind of like cinch the pant legs and sleeves of his suit, and just kind of pour all the money out of the bag into there so it can't really be stolen from him.
What?
He doesn't want to be an easy mark. He doesn't want to be carrying a bag of money into this place. He's worried about pickpockets, so he's going to kind of wear it as a fat suit.
I'll go with you.
No, wait. He's
That
got
is
a
a
point.
relevant concern. Members of the crew would definitely pickpocket it off of you.
They are known liars, cheats, and thieves.
How much is 430,000 pieces of 8 weigh?
$5.
What?
It weighs as much as a $5 bit. It's like 50 pounds.
Okay, that's not bad. So Bill will just kind of distribute that across his whole body and go back and walk back with everyone else jingling like a madman.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy? You look the happiest I've seen you in a while.
This is one I have wanted to do this for so long. Granted, I wasn't expecting it to be in a parking lot or fighting a giant monster or gaining and losing in about 3 minutes one of the greatest friends I've ever had. But it is other than that, it was exactly how I hoped it would be.
Oh, I should know.
Kinda like-
As you guys leave and you see the pearls on the ground, you see them hatch into clusters of about 3 to 5 pearls. Or the pearls hatch into clusters of 3 to 5 clams. Sorry.
Gonna look at that. That might be an issue. Hopefully not. And then go on with my day.
It was beautiful, though, Derek. It worked so
I was
well.
not prepared for it in any way, shape, or form.
It was so good. So, I guess we go back to the brothel. Oh my! How long did these events transpire over, Sam?
2 hours.
45 minutes, right?
You
Few
have
hours,
the
I
thing
think.
rented for 2 hours. If you didn't use all of it, that's fine, but it's at max 2 hours.
All right. So, do Charlie's hands still have the blood on them?
We
Oh wait,
we put some
the
in the
flask.
flask.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. I guess let's go bring Salvador back to life after this incredible aside.
Sam, can I apply a disadvantage to the power that I'm making called Inverse Ninja?
Which is the
Sure.
more of it there is, the weaker it gets.
The greater the numeric disparity, the weaker it is.
Alright.
It'll make sense when you see the power.
The conservation of ninjutsu, got it.
Yes.
All right.
Conservation of
what-
ninjas.
And how many points will that be worth?
That's a minus. Tentatively -1. If it feels weak, we'll bump it up to a -2. See how it goes.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys roll back up on the brothel.
How much of these events is Alabaster actually aware of from his seat of power?
He is currently watching a crewmate try and fight a bear. Either that or try and fuck a bear. He's not sure which, but he's very intrigued.
There's no crew member.
I'd be.
Roka, is that you?
I'm gonna fight a whore and fuck a bear. Wait. No, I had it right the first time.
It looks at it. The bear's wearing lipstick. It's very.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Nice, Sam.
it's not often that Sam breaks himself.
But when it happens, it's usually here.
Yeah.
So.
Welcome to this episode of My Friend Just Took Psychic Damage.
I know, right? So, you guys roll up with the voucher. He nods and goes, "You look." He just looks confused at how you guys managed to get physically fucked up doing a money laundering scheme, but he's not going to question it.
How did you guys get
You're supposed to put the money in the washing machine, not yourselves in the washing machine.
Oh, you're washing all the market straight off of it. Got it.
So you hand him the voucher. He nods and puts his hand out for whatever you want to resurrect.
If there's any blood left on my hand, I will just flake some of it off onto him.
The second
If
you
not-
move in your hand, he goes to grab your hand in a handshake.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, he shakes your hand. All of the blood on your arms just peels itself off in what look to be layers of flakes. They collect into a lump that pulses and undulates into a beating heart as you see blood begins squirting from its open valves and veins. The blood begins flowing through the open air as you see bone and skin knit itself around the humors. You see jaw bone realign. You see muscles scather over the entire structure. You see the open face begins screaming as skin envelops his face as more wrinkles and hair grow in. And you hear a quiet gasp as Sal Jr. falls and hits the table, gasping as almost as carried on the wind as ash. You see his clothes reconstitute on his form as he looks around confused.
I'm gonna kneel down next to him. Hey, you're safe. I'm gonna donate him a willpower.
He evens out tremendously, but he's still shaken.
Not so.
I'm gonna
Damn
look
it.
at Alabaster.
Damn it.
I'm gonna look at Alabaster as I stand him up, and I'm sure this goes without saying a couple things. One, thank you, and two, might be rote to you now, but you do have a gorgeous talent, and I'm just gonna leave on that.
Sal Jr. is just looking at the chaos of the fucking brothel as he leaves. Goes, what the fuck happened?
Well, you died, and bringing you back to life was both easier than we expected, and also an absolute fucking circus.
We'll be right back.
Some
Bill
would say it was the greatest moment of our life.
will turn to Mr. President and just kind of attempt to gesture in a way that suggests, "Hey, you're the face of this group. Tell him what happened to the flotilla."
So, the
He's gonna try to communicate with his
flotilla
eyebrows.
I'm going
was...
to sit him down for this.
Yeah, we'll sit him down. So your dad sold the flotilla to Mammon Gray.
He's gonna lose that willpower.
I'll give him a willpower.
Okay.
He's gonna pass out.
No,
But-
Sal Jr.'s made of sturdier stuff than that.
But you're alive. And he died. Lose
Chris
the
is so bad at this.
Lose the willpower. Do you donate him another willpower?
Hey, can Charlie do this by rolling empathy to figure out how to maybe say it to not hurt so bad?
There's
Counterpoint
not-
with the fee is funny.
Yeah, there's not really a way of saying this.
Okay.
Just trying to be as blunt because I think he'd prefer blunt. Good news,
Fair.
Cayman's still alive, and he cares about you, misses you.
He
He looks
tried to
at
kill
you
me
and
when.
goes, "Did Sally make it out? Is my wife okay?"
You know, we don't know the answer to that. We did help as many survivors
the
as we could get out.
willpower.
Jesus Christ. Sam, you only took 132 from me, please.
I did issue a general retreat order, and some people followed
We
it.
saved everyone we could. Your wife
Including the children?
might...
Everyone we could.
I'm walking away, Sam.
Including the children.
All right,
We forgot about the kids.
all
One
right.
of the crew members will absently pat him on the back as he wanders by.
God, Sam.
All right, Junior, listen up. When bad things happen in a highly densely populated area, people die. It's going to happen.
And the
You know how many people are...
The second I accept that, I'm no fucking better than my dad. So even if it hurts, I'm not gonna grow numb to it. Okay?
Yeah,
I'm not telling you to grow numb to it. I'm just telling you to understand that there is no way in hell you can save everybody. Trust me, I tried.
Oh shit.
Yeah, get him.
Get him.
Get him.
No matter how bad
We tried our best
I
to save
fuck
as
up,
many people as we
no matter
could.
how bad it kills me, I will never accept that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now key is.
You should probably go
You
find
will
the
die
Cayman, though.
broken.
Yeah, he absolutely will not be taking my death well. That is.
Yes.
He tried to kill me when I told
currently
him.
wants to murder Charlie.
Yeah, that tracks.
Bill said we can
well-
offer you a place to stay for tonight. We can even help you get back to where you need to go or whatever you need to do. You probably shouldn't move too much today. Come to try to work through what's happened. We'll explain more as you want us to.
You're giving him just a day? I mean, he can have as long
Okay,
as
like
he
at
needed.
least a day. Bill has one charm. He doesn't know shit about emotions.
He can't have a day. Things are busy.
Cell Jr. actually will stand and go, "I don't need a day. I need to," and then he's gonna pass out immediately.
Yeah.
Can Bill roll to
You should
catch him?
take him to
You just catch him. It's fine.
All right, Bill catches him and then just kind of will carry him back to the candy shop and Princess Carrie.
while you guys were
Jingling the entire way.
gone from the candy shop, the Vaqueros and Amp have just been playing Spanish music loudly enough to get Mannequin to come over to try to stop the disturbance in the area.
Yeah, you do see Mannequin holding up a formal noise complaint.
Amp opens the door like he did last time and sees the Mannequin and shuts the door on him again.
I think Mannequin is flipped to her currently.
I believe so.
Okay.
Just so you, when this happens, Sweet Tooth is going to come up behind Amp. When you go to shut the door, he's just going to open the door and push Amp out and shut the door behind him.
If we've rolled up on this, Bill will.
It's you still have the other like 90% of the band in the candy shop.
Bill will ask, "Do we owe a fine, Deputy Mannequin?"
What? No, first warning's free. You just gotta turn it down. I can't get a hold of anyone, which is kind of pissing me off.
All right.
Actually, Sweet Tooth is, after a moment, going to pop his head out. And he's going to be like, wait. He looks up at Mannequin. How'd your date with Quartz go?
Ooh.
Postponed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There was a noise complaint.
It's a noise
Wait.
complaint.
Wait. So,
It was like 4 days ago, though.
I have an idea.
No, they had to
For you.
postpone because Quartz had to deal with the bats situation.
Ooh,
That was like, wait, no,
next
that was like 2
section
days
we-
after.
wait, can next session can we do
Yeah.
like set up the date for them? I want to do that.
Okay,
So I
in that
actually-
case,
Amp has a new goal.
In that case, we're gonna say they had to postpone because someone was getting really close to figuring out Mannequin should be the next mayor, and Mannequin absolutely had to shut that down.
Okay. So, Mannequin, I have an idea. What we're going to do. I'm having a grand opening in, what's the sign say? 2 days? 1 day? Soon. Whatever it says up there. What we're going to invite
The sign's
Quartz.
ever changing though.
And you're also going to be there. What we'll try and do is I'll try and make sure you two are in the same spot. And maybe you can go on there. And maybe it'll be a little bit on duty, but I think you summon things and can watch from afar, so it's something. And it can't get postponed
Well,
if you're together while on duty.
Perhaps Quartz be there.
Well, I'm going to invite him and make sure that he'll be there, so that you can, meet up. I'll do my best. I can't make any true promises, but...
Oh, speaking of Quartz, he did have some graffiti skater kid hand me this note. And she passes you the note from Quartz going, he said it was important.
Wait, is Skater Kid making money on the side being a courier for everybody in the flooded district?
Yeah.
Wait, if it was in a rush, instead of giving it to Skater Kid to deliver to us, he gave it to Mannequin, who isn't at our place that often.
Correct.
Can't be that important.
Yeah, Sweet Tooth will pop it open and look at it.
Can't be that important.
It said, tax statement regarding your recent establishment of Bill's Louisiana Rotisserie. Somehow Quartz has figured out exactly how much money you've made and has prepared a W-2 for you guys, basically.
How much do we owe in tax?
200,000 pieces of 8.
All right. Bill will
Or,
sigh
sorry,
and
no, hold on. 40,000,
40.
my bad.
That
Bill
was
will
the same.
sigh.
Taxes.
Sam, it's a business. That means they only pay 1%.
That's so far less than 1%.
Yeah, no.
Bill will
Chris, be
ask.
quiet, please.
Bill will ask Mannequin if where do we pay this to?
Oh, technically speaking, you would pay it to the mayor's office of the treasurer. Realizing what she was about to say, goes, I don't know anymore.
You mentioned the mayor's office. Bomber loses a willpower.
Either way,
We
Bill will
haven't
say,
re-elected a treasurer yet.
since you seem to be keeping the peace around here, can I just hand you
Please don't.
some of that?
Please don't do anything that links me to the mayor's office.
Fair.
Didn't we say we wanted?
Wait,
what's
I thought Quartz wanted to be mayor, or not Quartz. Mannequin wanted to be mayor.
No, Mannequin absolutely wanted to not be mayor.
Yeah, you
Oh,
said
Be
reverse.
as far from mayor as humanly possible because the mayor doesn't get days off and they don't clock out.
I thought that
Ah.
Mannequin wanted to keep people from realizing, so they would be mayor.
No, Mannequin.
Oh, I
Mannequin wants to be as far away from the mayor's office at any given moment as humanly possible.
Look, so what you do is you just elect 3 mayors at the same time, and each mayor works 1 day. The other 2 just don't do anything the other 2 days.
I can give myself the power to not need sleep. So there.
The election's in a little bit.
Oh, that could be another reason why he's stepping out for a bit. Election.
I think for the election season, hell yeah. Okay, yeah. That wraps that up. So what's gonna happen is, as you guys get in, the vaqueros are completely fucking wasted.
Yeah.
They are blaring loud music. The only one sober is Gray.
That tracks.
He's gonna go up to you guys and go, "Oh, did anyone tell you?"
Go on.
So we're heading back to cargo.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
I love having you guys here, but I understand.
we really need new bikes.
Will you be able to come back?
I mean, maybe at some point. You guys can always come to cargo and visit us. I mean, it's a pretty open fucking town.
We should totally go to cargo.
Like, if we're in the slums, we might visit, although from there myself, I try to avoid the slums. It's, wasn't a great time for me.
If we do Bayou Bill's Discount Louisiana, I'm asking this out of character. If we do Bayou Bill's Discount Louisiana rotisserie again, can Alabaster fix the bikes?
I think we would need portions of the bikes, and I don't think we have them.
Well,
Fuck.
They're around. It's just they're in the middle of waterlogged territory, and they're made of iron.
We're gonna have to have such a long conversation with, what's his name? Speaking of, is there a way that I can safely get a message to, actually, how's, Ironmonger doing?
Did you establish a drop point or a contact point with him? I forget.
I did not, but I just wanted to peer around and see if I could see him. Because I know he's pretty slow, so I don't know if he'd be back yet.
I mean, Bill has his business card. I mean, can that help?
A little bit. Okay, so if Charlie's just looking, you can't really see Ironmonger himself because cold iron.
Sure.
But you can see this just dead zone moving through the area around. It's about 8 miles off from the flotilla. He's moving slowly. You just see like pseudo waterlogged and wildlife try and move in on the gap, and then like you see a waterlogged move in, and the next thing you see is it being thrown so hard that the air friction actually disintegrates it.
Lovely.
So he'll get back eventually.
So, in his path, I would like to write in glass, please tell the Cayman that,
Salvador?
actually, would it be better to give him a sealed message for the Cayman?
Probably a sealed message.
Yeah, can we drop him off a sealed message from, Skater Kid?
Yeah, you can certainly try. Will he know what's in it?
I will tell him that there's a message for the Cayman in glass. I think he saw me turning stuff to glass, so he would know it was me. Is that a reasonable assumption? And then drop him off a message in a bottle. Just put it in like the path he's walking, so he'd walk over it, or walk over where it like would be near it enough.
He's moving pretty slow, so it'll be a while before it gets there. But you're
I mean, we can put it.
See it.
Okay, as long as like we don't have to like worry about it.
Yeah.
Can-
Plus, if he misses it, you can always just do it again.
Yeah.
Can I ask 2 questions? One, what time is it in game?
It is now getting to be like sunset dusk.
Okay. Then Bill will put Sal Jr. down very carefully. Jingle his way over to Sweet Tooth. Undo all of the cuffs and just pour pieces of 8 all over the floor. Say, hey, Sweet Tooth.
Mm-hmm.
Bill kind of... You see Bill look towards the original door of his closet, now the door to the screaming void. And he says...
sorry, guys. For the record, the reason the taxes were so high is you have a receipt for 2 million credits.
Yeah, that was clear.
Okay.
So Bill looks to his closet door. He's standing in the middle of a pile of money. looks at Sweet Tooth and says, I just did my grand opening and I made 2 million credits. And then walks away.
That's fine, but you need to sweep off what's on the floor, or I'm going to sweep it with a special broom into the room back there.
Question. Can we expense the resurrection? Ooh. If we hire Sal Jr.?
Y'all, we might already get visited by a fucking auditor. I think we might want to, like...
Look, we're
good.
good.
Getting's good.
I think this is okay.
I have a question about what Sweet Tooth just said there. Sorry. Wait, no, everyone else continue for a moment. Like, I don't want to stomp at anyone else's bits.
Nobody can.
Okay. When Sweet Tooth tells Bill to sweep up the money, if Bill just makes a sweeping gesture, because he's still technically holding the broom, does that work?
Not holding the broom.
Does this create more money? Because it'll be both where he swept it to and also not where he swept it to.
Tom, this is a threat. I will drive to your house right now and punch you.
Okay. Bill will come up with a completely standard broom and start sweeping it up.
I will drive to your house right now. And who said physical violence never got anybody anywhere?
Well, so see, I want to clarify. Me punching him wasn't the threat. I have COVID was the threat.
All right. Bill will, after all the excitement, kind of pick up his bag of money and say, now, honestly, not feeling so well, and kind of waddle off to his closet with his bag of money. Close the door, and almost immediately you hear sort of strained but still snoring. There's a weird light under the door, though, like the tooth is glowing a lot brighter.
I fully expected him to just be shadowboxing in the room.
No, I'm trying to justify that.
He was going to beatbox.
I'm trying to justify or come up with like a. I redid Bill's sheet recently, so his bite's a hell of a lot more powerful now. And like all of the excitement, everything that's happened here, I needed him to be out for a while for the tooth to sort of redesign his body a bit.
Redesign your body. We know what we're doing.
Okay, speaking of
I also have an old. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. No.
My thing will derail for an hour. What's yours?
Oh, I was going to say, Mr. President will also say, well, I also have an election to run for and a Avery to learn how to destroy. So I'm going to focus on my studies. Okay. And I think I'm going to divert all the research lab to figuring out how to kill the Waterlog King.
Sounds good. You guys also have one little thing that we may have forgotten about. The treaty, or the missive from the Hive. You guys are going to be on trial for about 24 hours.
Oh, right. We're getting arrested.
No. Sorry, actually 9 hours now.
Oh, sure. Wait, when does the trial start if it's dusk? 6 a.m.?
Just about.
So we have fine. We're not worried about.
When they send like transports to come pick you
guys up. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
They'll be in.
Wait, what are you guys on trial for?
Attacking.
We broke a treaty that we didn't know existed.
Ooh, hate to see it.
Yeah.
You know, they really should put that on the braille written on the sign.
If only we had Alpha to say deal with treaties.
Yeah.
Alpha's superb diplomatic abilities.
Yeah, he's the greatest diplomat I know.
Look, we're really
so
sorry.
How would you like to settle this friendly challenge?
I forget.
Proceed to beat the next person that stands in front of him to death.
Does Quartz offer consulting on this stuff? I know he does some sort of consulting, but I can't remember exactly what he does.
Offer office hours, but those Anything outside of those, you'll have to pay for.
Okay.
We do have money now.
You do have, what was it, 43,000 pieces of 8?
430.
Yeah, you said 400.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I was right. I was off by a 0. 430.
They ain't poor, bro. They got muns.
They got muns for days.
You just gotta go grab that money from Bill without waking him up.
And I also have $1,000.
We also have
too.
300,000 in the group stash.
Is the candy shop open for business right now?
No, it's not.
Can we open the candy shop instead
The
of
grand opening is after we get back from the trial.
All right,
That's
but we'll need a lawyer.
because you're not going to be able to sell any of it to the crew.
We're gonna need a lawyer.
Yeah, we need to get a lawyer.
Somebody call Saul.
Sam, who's
Any
the
of
best
the,
lawyer in this area?
Dr. Cowboy.
Probably not.
Are any of the
PhD.
I need the Indus good lawyers.
Ops lawyers?
Let me check.
I had to
had
load the word frop.
You had to
frop.
restart Bob.exe.
Yep.
Okay.
I crashed slightly.
So, obviously, Corey and Heartless Bob are pretty good at being a lawyer, because they had to navigate the whole 5 points situation for years. The best lawyer that's probably open right now, if we're looking purely at the FOPs, is gonna be Marty Pippins, the guy who you destroyed his boat, gave him tiny boat. Now tiny boat's gone.
He probably doesn't.
Tiny boat.
If you
So I'm gonna send Skateboard Kid to Quartz and ask him his rates for legal consulting.
So his rate is gonna be about. So be.
Back to being poor, guys. We have to hire a lawyer.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was thinking earlier, forgetting that Mr. President was going to be out. Man, it's good that we have him. He's going to be perfect for this.
I can step back in.
You don't have to.
It's a shame that the one character in the party who actually went to law school is evil now.
All part of
Went
the
to
plan.
law
Just
school?
made up.
Avery went to law school, but okay, so like Avery went to law
I think I knew this,
school
actually.
because that was the first time he got banned from a bar.
Also, we can have multiple representation too, so we can get the FOPs, Quartz, and Mr. President.
So the FOPs will be free because Bill is a member of the Midnight Crew. Quartz's rates, if my math checks out, is 6,000 pieces of 8 per hour.
Not bad.
We could do that.
Well, yeah.
Could we get a discount for Avery not being here anymore?
Probably not.
No, his rate is already very competitive.
Yeah,
All
it's-
right.
No, that's really good. I was worried it was going to be a lot higher, like over 10.
Okay, so why don't we get both, and then if we feel like we need Mr. President, we can grab him.
Yeah. Is Quartz open to talk now?
Quartz will be open in about 2 hours.
Okay. So we can do other stuff for about 2 hours to prepare.
We need Bill to go talk to the FOPs.
Bill is sleeping.
Does anybody in the party know how long Bill actually needs to sleep to be fully rested?
I'm going to guess because it would be very funny. 2 hours.
I could also literally just heal you and regrow any limb damage, so you could physically be okay based on amp.
Destroy his head, regrow his head. He's no longer tired.
No. Wait a minute. Math checks out.
You're already in bed.
Your
Yeah,
brain
just-
is full of bad thought. destroy head, regrow head, now full of no thought.
I don't actually know what would happen to Bill if he were to die, because as I've written him, I don't think he can be resurrected.
It's not about his head or dying. It's about momentarily losing his head. Think of it like a misplacement.
Yeah, don't lose your head.
Good news. Amp
heart's
only
still
does bludgeoning damage, so we'll bludgeon your head to death, right?
There's that nasty little word that we don't say there.
Bludgeon?
Oh, death. You're right. Bludgeon you to not death.
A second life.
Unalive you through bludgeoning.
Yes. And then re-alive you through more bludgeoning.
Where were you?
Trade out your shares on being alive.
All
Where
right.
were you when Roblox Bill went commit die?
So I guess when he wakes up, we can go get the fops.
Okay. How long does Bill?
So Sam, how long is a long rest?
Does Bill have to sleep?
Well, if you're an elf,
4 hours of meditation.
yeah. Somebody got the joke.
Basically, I'm gonna put it this way: every hour you're asleep, I'll let you regenerate some willpower up to your base will. It's 8 hours to just not be a tired piece of shit. Standard sleep. That gives you an hour. Quartz will be up and about by then. A lot, like Mr. President doesn't need to sleep. Anyone with high command doesn't need to sleep. Like, Carronade and Propulsion, honestly, probably feel totally fine if they want to go out and do stuff. Repulsion's also good.
Wait, Bill has 8 command.
Mr. President will sleep during this time, so he can regenerate back up to his base willpower.
Just curious, did Alabaster's power trigger on Charlie?
No.
Because there was probably, arguably, some amount of contact.
Yeah, but Alabaster wouldn't have done that for free.
Okay.
Okay. If you want NPCs to go out and do things, a Vogdra does not need to sleep.
Oh. If it's close to midnight, we could wait for Chivalry and have him do something.
Is Sal
We were
Jr.
told-
good at law?
You guys
L.
don't
Jr.,
know.
attorney at law.
Better call Sal.
I missed what you said, sorry.
I don't feel comfortable asking that of him, considering the fact that we dropped 3 nukes on his city and bore witness to the deed getting sold and turning into waterlogged.
Well, I mean, that was his dad's fault.
Actually, our fault.
I mean, yeah, but
Listen, we burned the city down to save the city, so Mammon Gray will hate it.
Yeah, he can't own it if it's a shithole. It'll look bad.
Yeah, it's an irradiated shithole now.
I'm not actually entirely certain that our involvement was positive for the flotilla.
Lies and blasphemy, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'd like to plead the 5th.
I'd like Sam's confirmation there, but I don't think he'll give it to us.
Listen, here's what we did. We saved the city.
Shouldn't he be the guy who survived 3 nukes now?
What?
Oh, he wasn't targeted by the 3rd.
All right.
Rip Stonks. He had so many scenes planned for him. Oh.
Yeah, now he can talk about them all on the Carrie Link show.
You had so many scenes planned for the one guy that insta-died. What's his name?
The executive defector.
Yeah, the executive defector.
AKA Prime Minister Sinister.
No. He doesn't get that title anymore. He's the guy that gave Amp the W.
I can't remember if we talked about this, but he was such a big deal to kill because he basically stopped Mr. President from doing anything.
Yes.
He's so powerful.
Okay. The best part is if you hadn't, just as a spoiler, if you hadn't knocked him out by more than a mile, killing him actually wouldn't have stopped him because he would have been able to transfer his consciousness to anyone he had hyper charmed.
Interesting.
But it has a
Well,
range
thank
of 1
God.
mile.
Well, thank God that I hit him with the force of Staten Island landing on him. So, you know.
Is that power just named the Will of Staten Island?
No, but I might change it to that. I might change it to the Will of Staten Island.
Slam the Guitars, like, that one feels really specific. Like, if Amp was canonically from Staten Island, sure.
Is Amp canonically from Staten Island? Okay, so what do you guys do? It'll be at least 3 hours before Chivalry's back. Anything you guys do for that, or do you guys just want to sleep for a little bit? Recover?
Amp doesn't need to sleep.
Right. Cool.
Amp just needs the T-pose.
They have 10 command.
Right. And other stuff.
Doesn't mean it's not good for them.
And endless stability.
So, what do you guys want to do while you got some time then?
Can we look over, like, where we sent a message and stuff, and can we have a copy of the treaty? Is that something we have access to?
That would be a research roll. You'd have to go to the ruins of the mayor's office, find the treaty cabinet, and or the safe, and you'd have to look through it.
Also, Charlie would like to sleep.
Charlie.
He's had a day.
Yeah.
Amp would like to go to Mannequin.
Now, what rooms do we have? Because I was imagining that Sal is still asleep, and Bill would probably have just put Sal in Avery's bed.
And let him wake up next to Manga? Kind of gives a bad view of us, doesn't it?
Oh god, the
All right.
weebs. That explains everything.
Well, like, what other rooms do we have that are available? Because the last time we went looking for an extra room, it went horribly.
Propulsion's room is available.
No. You were looking for extra broom closets. I'm fairly certain for just residential rooms we have more.
I do actually have a reason why I want to go to Mannequin, though.
Go on.
I want to get a license so that Amp can play music and get paid for it.
Okay.
And I figured Mannequin would be the one to go to for that. He is the mayor.
Mannequin is just walking away from the candy shop still. They're not using their teleport. So Amp is able to catch up pretty quickly. You just see you see him now. Just look at you, go, oh fuck. Hey, what's up?
Hey, so, listen, kind of a musician, but I don't have a musician license here, because I'm from the slums and I'll, finger gun them.
He looks at you, you need a license to be a musician in the slums?
I don't know. The band manager dealt with that, okay?
We just have you can just play in Busker's Alley, he grabs you, turns, see under the, by the ruins that were formerly the mayor's office, if you follow that highway, about 2 miles left, you're going to get to an overpass. It's pretty abandoned, but...
Do you want to walk with me?
No. So, the main waterway passes through there for about a mile or two. People will... during the day, you'll have food trucks, you'll have vendors and stuff, you'll have scavengers. People mosey around, turns into a bit of a bazaar. Buskers just set up their play, we don't really regulate it.
What about through the rest of the city? Because I got the noise complaint warning, and I don't want to get the noise complaint warning again.
I mean, it'll be really hard to get a noise complaint in Buskers Alley. But if you want to have permitted noise, the church can play their music as loud as they want because it's zoned for that. If you want to fucking throw a riot, just do it on the abandoned edges of town, and they gesture towards the mural area, the abandoned docks, and the warehouse district. So like a little bit past the candy shop.
Okay. All right. Cool. Oh, by the way, good luck on your date tomorrow.
2 days.
Unfortunately, Quartz's schedule is really hard to work around. So I'm not sure.
Do you want me to help with that?
Can Sweet Tooth enter this scene?
No, because I ran away. You kicked me out of the shop. Remember?
Mannequin's
outside.
gonna look at you and he's just gonna go. Look, I'll be honest. It would be a lot easier if I had literally any deputies left to delegate tasks to.
So what you need is someone to be mayor. Not you. Not you, obviously. You don't want to be mayor.
I need help. I need any support system.
What about all the soldiers in the area? Could you teach them law?
I am usually not in the habit
What a great
of
answer.
enabling paramilitary summons who aren't even legally people. Which gets weird with law enforcement, especially with how the laws were originally written before minions were a thing.
Got it.
That's why I can't have my mannequin heads just do everything for me.
Okay. So what you're saying is I need to find deputies for you.
Yeah. Hey, do you have a criminal record?
Sam?
What's that? Were you saying things?
Yeah, Sam, you cut out.
Mannequin just looked at you and goes, "Hey, would you happen to have a criminal record?"
Yes.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. Yeah,
Party
They're
too
just-
hard.
They're just drug charges.
Oh, what drugs?
Amp will pull out a long sheet of like drug charges.
That's not illegal here. That's not illegal here. That's only Schedule 2. That's a misdemeanor, not disqualifying. Okay. And I can ignore up to 2.
I'll be back in a sec.
Mannequin looks up at you and goes, "Hey, do you want to be a deputy?"
Can I not be a deputy whenever I want?
They're thinking about it. They're thinking real hard and go, "You could do part-time."
Like, listen, I just jump on things and then I like get bored of them really quickly and then I switch to something else. I'm gonna be
Here's the
real.
job offer letter. If you're not taking it, please just hand it out. Make copies, please.
Okay,
Please.
I will make copies and then also think about accepting it.
Okay, cool.
I
Realistically,
accept it.
You could also
as part-time?
like, if you no rush. Except please. Also, if you could just get the former deputies back, except Cyborg, I'd be so grateful. Just not
We should get Cyborg to run for mayor.
No. Actually, can I sit Cyborg down and have a conversation? Is he here?
Amp will come back and say, "I'm a fucking deputy officer of the law. What's up?"
Cyborg's gonna go.
No. Sweet Tooth's been trying to have this conversation for a long time, and it keeps not happening. So Cyborg's going to be in a separate room, behind a locked door, sat with one like dangling light bulb in between him and Sweet Tooth.
I still
What
have
about the
like
stalker?
20 minutes to walk back to the.
And the stalker just like 2 inches away from his head.
Now,
Yes,
granted,
I have like 20 minutes before I get back to it, so you have to like a 20 to 30 minute
has
talk.
actually not popped back up again.
granted though, when Amp was handed the deputy hiring paperwork, it was really uncomfortable for Sweet Tooth and Cyborg because he still did that racking sob. He just knew somehow.
He got an email.
I'm just gonna retroactively do it after the conversation.
Perfect. We'll make sure that we finish the conversation up right before you get back.
Cyborg is just looking around nervous, like, hey, Sweet Tooth, what's up? Why are we... What's with the torture setup?
So that's because this conversation's going to feel like that for probably both of us. So someone told me you dealt in slave trade.
Okay, that's...
Only every other Tuesday.
That's a bit of an overstatement. Look, before new management rolled into town, before Sheriff Black and Corey and all them, the executives did run this place. And yeah, they did trade in, they traded in bodies and humanity. They sold people, specifically, mostly to the Hive. And
Sweet Tooth is not blinking or moving.
I wasn't an overseer. I just guarded shipping containers.
They just followed orders, says the Nazi at Nuremberg.
I used to be a Ripperroot, and then when shit started going really south and the tribe started to fall apart, self-reliance only gets you so far. And, when I started seeing what the executives were doing, I thought, maybe there was something to this, like, networking and corporate synergy and trading and all the shit they talked about. Because that's what they did. They talked. And they always had a way to spin things. Like, full disclosure, I didn't realize they were slaves until Sheriff Black kind of sat me down and talked to me about it. Because it just... When you're warm for the first time in years, and you're well-fed, and someone tells you they're not slaves, they're prisoners of war, or they're here willingly, or they defaulted on debt, they're just indentured servants here to work it off. You don't... Even if you know, your brain has a way of keeping it suppressed, keeping it quiet. I'm not innocent. I know I'm not. I just...
Okay. I feel a lot better about this. I'm going to pull the light switch and the rest of the lights in the room are going to come on. It's a lot cozier now.
Alright.
The
There's a
stalker
party.
was hiding in the darkness.
Still not here. So he looks up, he goes, so we cool?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can understand why I wanted to have that conversation, but yes, I think we are.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the email pops up, he goes, ah! And then you hear Amp kick down the door.
Officer of the law! Look
And
who
then
it is!
Knock, knock, it's the cops!
Sweet Tooth makes the same scream because he knows Dor just got kicked in again.
Who wants to bully a police officer except for you, Mr. Cyborg?
He's just crying cooling fluid.
Oh,
Propulsion just sticks his head around the corner. I'm always down to bully the law.
All right, and then I'll pull out the application, the formal acceptance letter.
That's not bullying the law, that's being the law. I tried that once, and I'm dead inside now.
But I thought you were a port authority.
Listen, you can be Port Authority.
It's propulsion, not carronade.
Oh, shoot, my bad. I was reading Carronade from the message you sent.
Propulsion still has steam coming off of him. Yeah, by the way, remind me to, punch bats. This burning blood shit is getting kind of annoying.
Ooh, I know who would love this. I'm gonna go to Carronade. I'm gonna kick open Carronade's door.
How's Carronade react, Bob?
Candy's just gonna catch the door.
All right, buddy, you got the last job, I got this job. Look at this! And I'll slam the offer letter.
But I'm already employed here.
Being like part-time officer. Like a professional, I thought.
Also, Bill's employed in 2 places.
No,
I don't
Bill's
like-
You
employed.
can have multiple jobs. I'm pretty sure the city's in the United States, so it's almost required for a standard of living.
I really don't like splitting my time between 2 different jobs. It
Isn't
goes
American an
with
insult
my
here?
Professionalism.
Isn't American one of the more common insults here?
Not here specifically, but in some places, yeah.
I only picked up the job in
Yeah.
the flotilla as part of this job. I gave 50% of my earnings.
Listen, I didn't want to do this,
earnings
but you
I got
did
to.
shoot me, and I've always wanted to do a buddy cop thing.
You did shoot me. Be my buddy cop. That's the pitch.
Or so that means like your slum's married, right?
Fucking- Who's the leader again? Is it Sweet Tooth or is it Mr. President? Like, who is here? And
There's not a leader.
Okay. Who is here and who has the authority to affect candidate's contract?
There's no contract. We don't have those.
Oh shit. Well,
Wasn't there a contract between him and Mr. President?
I don't think we've ever written up a contract.
I think we said we
might
were
not-
going to, and then we didn't.
That sounds
Yes.
about right.
Carrie got a little sidetracked.
Gun ho.
There was a little bit of a massacre that we were trying to stop and failed to stop.
All right then.
Are we both becoming police officers, Bob?
Yep.
Yeah! Part-time officers of the law!
No,
Well, actually, I don't know if I can. Excuse me, mannequin.
A mannequin in a flash of red light, a floating mannequin head appears and goes, "Yeah,
I
what's up?"
already got someone!
Am I eligible to become a deputy? I don't think I am, since I have a trial.
Is it a trial for you personally?
Partially, I think.
That's
I am
not a
being so-
yes.
I am the inciting incident for the trial to take place.
That's still not a yes. Okay. And besides, I'm willing to overlook it until we get the verdict.
Okay.
In terms of people who could be deputies, I'd also say in Chivalry's backstory, he was a peacekeeper when he was still human.
Chivalry's not awake yet, though.
It is rolling up on midnight just about now, if you want to have that scene.
Oh my god, yeah. So Chivalry, go ahead,
All right,
do your
so-
summoning.
In the middle of the room, like in the middle of like the front room of the candy shop, a silhouette appears of a man in armor, sword at his side. No details, completely opaque. And he walks into Avery's room, picks up a bunch of felt, all of these tools, some metal, some molding clay, and over the course of about 15 minutes creates a Chivalry. Chivalry loses 2 willpower, then makes a trauma check.
Doesn't he succeed trauma checks near Mr. President if he's in range?
I don't know if this counts.
I,
It also doesn't matter because he did succeed.
Yeah.
And Chivalry, the shade size falls forward into the puppet,
And I'll
disappearing. Chivalry, from a sitting position, immediately flops onto the floor, covering his eyes, screaming, and you're like, what the oh god, the light, what?
And then Ample slammed the paper down. Welcome to the future!
You're a buddy cop now.
And I slam the off acceptance letter.
Chivalry gets up, shaky, and
Do you want to be full time or part time?
what?
Full time or part time?
For what?
To repeat myself. To be a cop. We're gonna be cops. You, me, Carronade. Propulsion already said no, which was surprising. Wait, isn't Repulsion here too?
Chivalry reaches. Chivalry goes underneath the
No,
table where he's.
wait. I have a very important question. Chris realized that repulsion exists, and I really want to know if Amp has enough attention span to not just immediately leave and go find repulsion.
I was literally about to roleplay me after that leaving. So
like,
I get up as you do that because Amp, one track mind, my power, them like, oh yeah, repulsion! Hey, get over here!
Repulsion just kind of stumbles up and go, fuck, man, I was sleeping.
Up now! Yeah!
The fuck's a cop?
It's that!
Chivalry walks up to Repulsion with a little book he has labeled Modernisms, points to the entry he has for cop.
In Old English.
That's not. He's not quite that old. It's
English.
yeah, but
Can you even read
no
Middle English?
Repulsion reads that and goes, oh no, sorry, I only recognize the court of 17th century maritime law.
Good enough! Wanna be a cop!
Chivalry will take out another book that's also labeled Modernisms but has a gold fringe.
Did you guys kind of forgot Repulsion is from the Cult of the Sovereign Citizen?
No, I didn't forget that at all.
He does not want to be a cop.
Chivalry will say, now that I got an idea, just, yeah, why not?
Listen, the reason I'm doing this, right? Long con, Quake, not Quake, Mannequin wants more time so that he can spend time with Quake. So we're freeing up their courts, so we're freeing up their schedule, and boom, we're gonna become part-time officers. Or you can be full-time if you want. I mean, that's up to you.
Chivalry would much prefer to be...
just getting the old deputies back.
That sounds like a lot of convincing. I'm gonna be honest with you,
Buddy cop time.
and not a lot of buddy cop.
Citizens Militia just pops up like, did you say I have an in? Did you say I could get back to being a deputy?
Citizens Militia, like one of the good ones. What did he do again? Also, does Amp know Citizens Militia? Would Amp remember?
So, when Tristan came in, I believe he kind of got hit for shooting first. Wasn't it an actual incident kind of situation?
You were the shoot first kind of guy.
Also, Mannequin did say explicitly not him.
No, Mannequin said especially not Cyborg, right?
Yeah, Citizens Militia Cyborg.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, Cyborg. I already told you, bro. I don't know you by Citizens Militia. I know you by Cyborg. And he said no. She or he, whatever they're going by at this point, currently, said
Cyborg goes,
absolutely
"Hold on, let me
not.
check." He licks his finger, holds it up to the air. Currently she.
Okay, still no. I'll hand him a rejection letter. There wasn't a rejection letter, but I made one for him.
It's written in crayon.
Yeah, written in crown.
As
It's just
all important business letters are.
It's just a big frowny face that says no.
And it says womp womp at the bottom.
He actually opens up, it makes that noise somehow.
Well, no, it's Amp just playing womp womp in the background.
God damn it, yeah.
Just put in a trumpet mute up to the guitar.
Amp will pull some aviators out while still wearing his crop top. And be like, time to go enforce the law.
Or like a cop top.
Chivalry
Joke.
will say,
Whoever said that was a good joke.
That's a good
Thank
joke.
you.
Good joke. Good joke.
Chivalry will say, I joined. I just very provisionally. I have other things I need to take care of.
Like what, do you need help?
Which, Mr. President will come up to Chivalry and say, "You're awake finally.
Yeah.
Oh, you're finally awake.
Finally awake.
God damn it, Todd Howard.
You're caught crossing the border."
He can't keep getting away with it.
So he'll be like, "Listen, I'm trying to like do some research so that my soldiers are more effective against Avery. Do you want to help me with that? I know you know his lore a lot better than I do."
Who's Avery?
Oof. The Midnight, the Drowned King, right?
Or the drowning folk.
The Drowned King and the Drowning Folk.
Some dude.
Chivalry looks really confused and asks, who exactly? I kind of grabs himself, almost falls over.
Is this a mind effect?
Chivalry cannot remember who Avery is. He knows who he... There's an easy way to get around this. You just need to just describe Avery to him, because he knows who the person he calls the lad is. He just doesn't know the name anymore.
Avery.
Avery here.
To the best as I can.
And Avery or Chivalry will
If I
nod
use
solemnly.
If I use like hyper command, does that help you remember better?
No, Chivalry actually can't remember his name.
Oh, okay.
He can have other information about him. He just can't ever know the name.
It's like a feign name magic.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Also,
That's
potentially Mammon Grey fuckery. I'm not going to make it too explicit.
that started happening when in the last session Avery said what Chivalry's name actually is.
Got it.
Okay. So, help me defeat this guy?
Aye.
All right. I got a lab over here. Also, we got to do some campaigning.
So that's going to officially mark the switch of the research lab from COG research to Avery research.
Well, that's not really a problem because we don't got the cog no more.
Yeah, you
Who
still
has
have
the
records of
cog?
it that they could analyze. Appraisal has it.
And I got a decent amount out of it. I thought you said I did.
Yeah, you got a decent amount out of it. You actually still had more stuff you could research based on just the information alone you pulled out of it.
Yeah, I think the last thing I finished was the my soldiers can use like paranormal powers, so that's why I figured this would be a good time to switch over to research a paranormal power.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a little bit early, but let's call the session here because I'm kind of tired.
All right.
Okay.
I'm also tired.
All right. So let's do one experience for everyone.
Yeah.
Who was most useful this session?
This feels like a 0.25 for everyone kind of session here.
What are you talking about? I did jack shit this session.
This feels like a 0.25. Oh, wait, no, we don't have 4 members of the party. Oh, how does that?
0.2 for everyone.
Yay, that rounds me up.
What about Alpha? Does Alpha get one experience?
No.
Okay.
Man.
Oh, the crew
I
now
was
has
here,
7.2
But I was
experience.
here.
God.
Okay, so let's see here. Who had the best bit of the night?
I like the interrogation of Cyborg.
That was pretty good.
Oh, actually, no. Fuck that. No, the fucking Bayou Bill and Charlie equally for the cookout.
That also.
I was going to say the cookout, but isn't the next question best character moment?
Oh yeah.
I was
'Cause I was
the
gonna
next question I was gonna do was who stayed in character the best this session.
I was going to answer Bill for that one.
Okay, so
I would say Derek for best bit and for the utter randomness and glory of Ahab.
Ahab was pretty cool.
Did not expect Ahab to be a character this session.
It was beautiful, though. I'd say best bit is Derek with Ahab.
All right. Everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right, Derek. Assignment.
Crew is now at 8.2 experience.
Hell yeah.
All right, and I vote for Bill with the with getting to open his store.
Yep, and I was gonna go with who stayed in character best this session. So that's
Bill?
a vote for Bill. Everyone else?
Does anyone disagree with that?
Cool.
I hear no disagreement.
Sounds like it's going towards Tom.
No.
Oh, it's going towards Bill. Oh, Tom.
Fair enough. All right.
Fuck
Have
Tom.
we another question?
Yes. What if you had to propose? Make an item for Bill's Discount Louisiana Rotisserie. Best answer gets the experience point, as decided by the group.
Fried shrimp.
Maul game is poisoning my brain right now.
Shrimp, imp. It's like a turducken, but it's just different sizes of shrimp stuffed inside each other.
Oh shit, that's really good.
I was just thinking, like, just some Cajun fried shrimp, but it's shrimp from Shrimp Town.
I was thinking like jambalaya, but the irradiated shrimp from Shrimp Town.
I was gonna go for part of the original pitch, which is he makes these incredibly buttery garlic knots that he calls death rolls.
It's all butter, and there's a little bit of bread in them.
Yeah.
Look.
Squishy.
Look. There's only one thing that Bill alone can bring back. Now, I need you to think back to some of Bill's life events. Now, back when we were in the slums, he received a drink that changed his life, which was the Rusty Iguana. This session itself, in the reflection of his eyes, was just the image of the soul of that iguana. Now, one more thing leads to building this argument, and Bill himself is very much considered a crocodile, alligator, whichever one. That's a very heavy portion of his theming. Now, capitalism took something from us, and only Bill can bring it back. The beverage that Bayou Bill serves is lizard milk.
Excellent.
The capitalism took from us.
I'm gonna
Guys,
jump
I know
off.
I don't
guys.
get a vote, but can I influence you towards what Seth just said?
I mean,
I vote for Seth.
Even
Yeah, I
before
vote for
you
Seth.
said it had to be him, right?
I was pretty proud of my turducken shrimp, but man,
Yeah.
all right.
Seth gained 1 experience and a glass of lizard milk.
I didn't even like that stuff.
Too bad.
I like
It's
the
your-
Phoenix a lot of lizard milk.
So yeah.
I miss it.
Did you know that Bill's extra tough power is actually just called lizard milk cans? It has been for since the original version of the character.
Hell yeah.
So, I have just thought of a new character, completely unrelated to the lizard milk.
That's a shame.
And that character blows. Next constant.
So, has anybody here read the entirety of the Aragon series?
Yes.
Nope.
Nope. I read the first
Oh.
2 books.
So, all right. Well, I think the second book. Do you remember Aragon's cousin? Where
Yes,
he just
vaguely.
basically started a rebellion, and
Oh yeah, didn't he have like a hammer or something?
yeah. He looked at a whole bunch of swords and went, "Fuck it, I'm taking a forge hammer." And that's basically the character.
I think that's one of the most.
Lizard milk.
Not the lizard milk.
I think that's one of the best formed arguments I've ever made.
All right, we had a thing with the deputies. Here's my talent idea: good cop. He has no outstanding qualities besides 10 hard dice and stability in order to not beat his wife.
I'll take unrealistic concepts for 200.
No, it could happen.
I don't believe you.
You know, when a kid holds up a toy gun, that 10 hard dice and stability lets him go. Maybe I only fire a warning shot at this kid's head.
Kill shot.
Fire
Go with the
a
face,
warning shot.
So you want to hear my personal neighborhood experience with unwarranted police brutality?
Sure.
Yes.
My elderly neighbor back on the farm, who lives just down the road from us, farmer, great guy, member of the community, kind of an asshole, but still a great guy. You know the kind? Like,
Yeah.
grumpy asshole, but, you need help and he's there. He's like 80 now, or was at the time. This was a few years ago. And his son, who was out of town, got worried about him and called and asked for a wellness check, which is something that the police do, theoretically. And they sent a car out to check on him, and he told them he was fine and to get off his property. And I don't know what happened in between that and the outcome, but they beat the shit out of him and broke his neck.
Jesus.
And he ended up in the hospital for 6 months in a freaking immobilizing thing. And there's like this massive lawsuit going on right now.
He was no longer fine.
Yeah. They were like, we're here to check on your wellness, and if we can't answer that you're unwell, then we'll make you unwell.
Look,
I have
we've
no
already
idea
filled
how
out
that
the
fucking
form.
all went down, but what the fuck?
Reality has to match the form, sir. I'm sorry.
I'm very sorry. I checked that you were unwell, not well.
My
So
fingers slipped. Now we gotta slip a few discs.
I'm very sorry for what's about to happen. What did you say? Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
I'm very sorry for your loss. What loss? Loss of your motor function.
Your loss of movement. Really brief. Like, I like how "I'm sorry, sir. I'm gonna have to revoke your breathing privileges" used to be a joke.
Yeah. I'm
Man,
gonna
you could not
spend.
say that and that be okay today.
Hey Sam, are you still streaming?
Yeah,
Are you still recording?
yeah.
Hey Sam, is there any way you could, when uploading the thing to YouTube, just like make a clip of my
The lizard milk. I'll try.
Yeah. No worries.
We
Not.
should be doing some highlights. I think highlights would be fucking cool.
I have just spent those 2 willpower to get chivalry another hardened heavy armor, or another heavy armor. Sorry.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm gonna stop streaming.